Hello everyone, Disney Dude here. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and hit that thumbs up if you like the video. So as you can see, now I'm back in my own home. I was gone for 3 days. I went to both the both Christmas parties, the one at Hollywood Studios and the one at Magic Kingdom, and depending on when you're watching this video, either today or yesterday, my last day was at Epcot. So I just came back from 3 days of being at Walt Disney World. So now I did do both Christmas parties. Both those reviews are out, and I hope you give them a watch, because especially the Jollywood Nights one, which I think is to me, I think is the best Christmas party I think that Disney has thrown. So I hope that you give those reviews a watch, and you can decide on which ones you want to do. So, like I said, I have 2 reviews out, one for Jollywood Nights and one for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And of course, I have videos for you to watch of the stage shows and the parade. So go ahead and give those a watch, okay? But this episode, I'm going to give you my very honest thoughts about the Premier Pass at 2 of the parks I did. So, what do I think about the Premier Pass? We'll find out in another of Michael's very honest reviews. So, just to kind of say a few words here. I call these honest reviews. I am not on the media list, so I don't have I don't have Disney saying to me, you should say this, you should say that, you shouldn't say that. These are my very honest thoughts, and I don't have anybody telling me what I should or shouldn't say. So that's where these honest reviews come from. They come from a place of honesty, because I have no reason to sit here and lie to you about a show, a ride, or an event, or anything. Okay. So let's kick into the first day, the Premier Pass for Disney's Hollywood Studios. So, if any of you know me, I do not do early entry. I don't do anything early. I'm just not like that. So I go in the afternoon. I start my time usually around noon, and if I'm not going to an after hours party, I usually leave about 6 or 7, because I have to drive all the way back to Melbourne, which is a little over an hour away. So, but anyway, so with the Premier Pass. So in case if you aren't aware, Premier Pass functions just like your standard Lightning Lane, but there's 2 caveats. One is it's only available for resort guests, and 2, you can use it for every single ride in the park for one day. So it's when you buy the Premier Lightning Lane Pass for yourself or anyone in your party, you're guaranteed every single ride in the park once. And you do not have to choose a time to show up. You just show up at any of the attractions, scan your magic band or park ticket, and away you go. So, getting back to what Christine McCarthy said about Walt Disney World guests is these guests have more money than they do time. So, what that means is that the people that visit Walt Disney World, the vacationers, they only have a certain amount of time. They only, they're here for only, for 7 days. 2 of those are travel days. So you have 5 days at the actual resorts. So you can do Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and then maybe on your 5th day you just want to do some shopping. Okay? So she said that we have more guests that have more money than time. So what and this is totally optional. This is totally optional. You don't have to do it, which is nice. So one person can buy the Premier Pass, and it's you have to pay for each person. So it's very expensive, okay? And it was just expensive for me because it was just me. But I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy. But I truly think that if you are staying on property, that this would be the way to go. I know it's expensive. I know that it's it's not cheap. It's very hefty. It's a very hefty price tag. But you and your party can go on every single ride in the park. You do not need to pick a time. You just show up, scan your scan your magic band or scan your park ticket, and away you go. So I think that, speaking from a vacationer standpoint, I think this is a really great idea, because it's because they only have, the vacationers only have a certain amount of time they can be in these parks, and then they have to go home. So if you want to try to do everything in one day at every single park, you can. I really think that this is a great option for them, and you don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. You can use the less expensive Lightning Lane option. But with that, you have to pick your own time. You have to pick a time, and not all the rides will be available. Whereas the Premier Pass, every single ride is available for any time. You don't need to pick a time. You just show up and go. And I honestly have to tell you, because this is an honest review, so I have to be honest with you. In honesty, it made life so much easier. it made it so much easier to just go through the day, enjoy it, walk through the park, and say, oh, well, it's 12 o'clock. Well, what do we want to do? Well, let's do Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Or, hey, it's 2 o'clock. Let's do Haunted Mansion. It's 3 o'clock. Let's do It's a Small World. You can go any time you want. Pick any time you want. Just scan in and you're good to go. Now, you can only do the ride once, okay? But I don't see a point in doing the rides multiple times. It just it just creates unnecessary back lightning lane backups, which I think is why Disney kind of put a stop to that, because everybody and I was as guilty as that as much as the next person. So I can't remove myself from that conversation. Everybody was using the lightning lane, or the back then Fast Pass when it was free, to do their their rides, and then they could if there was another Fast Pass plus time, you could choose it and you could go again. So I think this really kind of it forces you to do the ride once and move on to another ride. And I to be honest with you, I think that's the way to go. I think that Disney kind of realized that people were, including myself, so I can't, we're playing this. I don't want to say playing the system, but, kind of doing the same rides over and over again, and, taking times away from the other people that hadn't experienced the ride yet. So I can see why they just wanted to do it once. It's kind of like the Universal thing, where you buy their fast passes and you do the ride once. Okay, so I to be honest with you, I think that's a much better way to go. So I think that it really kind of it frees up the lightning lanes a little bit. That way you don't have repeat people, unless of course if the ride breaks down and they're given a free lightning lane to come back, then that's really that's the only exception to that. Is it's if the ride breaks down before they get on it, or if they were on it, and they when they evacuate, Disney will give you a free lightning lane to use, so you can come back and experience it when the ride reopens. So with this new lightning lane, with this new lightning lane system, I think it kind of keeps the crowds under control with the fast pass lines. So I can see where they were coming from with that. Now look, I will tell you, I will be one of the first ones to tell you that I don't think that we should be paying for lightning lanes. I just don't, because I was not brought up that way. Okay, I came to Disney when fast passes were free. So I don't think we should be paying for fast passes. I think Disney just got greedy and was like, oh, wait a minute, now we can charge people for fast passes and make extra money. So And especially with this Premier Pass option, you know, it's a very hefty price tag. Very hefty price tag. So, but that guarantees you every single ride in the park for one day. So to be honest with you, if you're, you know, I assume that if you're watching this video, if you subscribe to my channel, or if you watch my videos, I assume that you are an avid Disney person like me, that you're an annual pass holder. So this system is the Premier Pass system is not built for us. Okay, it's not. Unless we're staying at a hotel on property, the system is not built for us. Okay? And I don't know if I'll ever do Premier Pass again. Maybe, I don't know, a couple years down the road, maybe I will. I don't know. But it's not something that, I want to, when I stay at a hotel, that I'm going to buy, and then I can, do everything in the park, because it's very expensive, but it's for vacationers, because that's what this was built for. It was built for the vacationers. So for the vacationers to use it, because if you're at Disneyland, it's more locals and people that go all the time. So people, I don't know, because I don't live in California, so I can't tell you that. But I don't know how many annual pass holders buy lightning lanes in a day. But it could be beneficial, especially with, summer breaks and spring breaks and fall break and of course during the holidays and such. But other times you probably don't need it. Okay, I'm just guessing. I don't know. I don't know that. But you probably don't need it most of the time. Now, at Walt Disney World, it's a completely different story, because these four theme parks are built for once in a lifetime people. Okay? They are once in a lifetime people. They come once. They come once, and they, unfortunately they never come back. Or if they do, it's decades and decades. So they're here once. They more likely they will not come back. So they want an option that they can, that they know that they can buy, and they can buy it and use it for every single ride in the park, and they can do that. So speaking from a vacationer standpoint, it is a great idea. Speaking on the other half of me, which is the annual pass holder side, because the system was, because again, the Premier Pass system was not built for us. It was not built for annual pass holders. It was only built for vacationers that come from out of state, that come from other countries. They come once, so they want to see everything, and this allows them to do it. Okay? Now, I think that Disney should be charging all of that money? No, I don't. Okay? It's outrageous. Very outrageous for them to charge all, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Okay? But, you always have the yin and the yang. Okay? I don't like the idea of paying all that money for the fast passes. On the other hand, you're guaranteed every single ride in that park for that day. No strings attached. Just show up and you're good to go. So you always have that good and the bad. You always have that. You always have that good and bad options. So it's and people that get on YouTube and say, well, I'll never buy the Premier Pass, and I'll never give Disney Lightning Lane money, and blah blah blah. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Okay? No one's forcing you to buy Premier Pass or Lightning Lane. Disney's not forcing you to buy anything you don't want to. Okay? You can always use the standby. The standby lines. Okay? So people get so angry when Disney came out and saying that they were charging, all of, this hundreds of dollars for these fast passes, and everyone got so upset. And it's like, look, on one hand I get that. On the other hand, it's you have to keep in mind that Walt Disney World has more vacationers than it does annual pass holders. So the people that come from other states, from other countries, they're once in a lifetime people. They only come once, and they want to see everything, and this is going to allow them to see everything. So you always have, like I said, you always have that yin and yang. You always have the good and the bad. So so if anyone else out there has used the Premier Pass system, let me know. I'd like to know in the comments. Have you ever used the Premier Pass system? I think splitting myself into two directions is kind of hard, but speaking from a vacationer standpoint, it's a great idea. On the other half of me, the annual pass holder ID, the annual pass holder side of me, it's not a great idea. Okay, but it's again, this system, the Premier Pass system, was not built for annual pass holders. It just wasn't. Okay. So people just need to take that into account. Okay? So, but that's my honest review. I think that if you're coming from another state, if anyone's watching this, from other states, if you want to buy this, you can. If you don't, and if you want to go the cheaper route, you can. Or you don't have to buy fast passes at all if you don't want to. But I think that the Premier Pass, it's a very hefty price tag. Very hefty price tag. But I think it's well worth the money. So I really think that people should give this a shot. That the vacationers should give this a shot. Because it's a great time saver. And I did so many more rides than I ever did with the regular Lightning Lane option. So just keep that in mind if you're a vacationer watching this. And if you want to buy that Premier Pass option, you'll be able to do a lot more rides. A ton more rides than you would ever do with the regular Fast Pass option. Or even standby. So those are my honest thoughts about the Premier Pass system. Let me know how you feel. I'm sure people are going to say they either hate it. probably a lot more people are going to say that they hate it. But just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind that this Premier Pass system was not built for us annual pass holders. It was built for vacationers. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right. So if you enjoyed this honest review, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. Like I said, I have 2 reviews out now for Jollywood Nights and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So go ahead and give those a watch. I also have the stage shows out for both parties. And I have the Mickey's Once Upon a Time Christmas Parade out as well. I didn't get to film the stage show because I was running out of space on my phone, so I had to clean up some space. So this year I couldn't do it. Next year, knock on wood, I'll be able to film that and put that on my channel next year. But again, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. You guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. You guys keep each other safe and healthy, and we will see you real soon.